Navadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaura Tvise Namaha. Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Ismirahasara Murali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanide Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Guru Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Vaipri Vrindai Tulasi Devi Ai Priyai Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyayi Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Too small. Bring Hare Bol. So first of all, I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramarada Tama Sri Guru Padapad Nitarila Pravishnu Vishnupada Pramhamsa Paribrajaka Ashtotara Sata Sripad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev. And to my most worshipful Shiksha and Sannyasa Guru Nitarila Pravishnu Vishnupada Ashtotara Sata Sripad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to Nitarila Pravishtam Vishnupada Pramhamsa Paribrajaka Ashtotara Sata Srimad Bhakti by Baba Puri Goswami Maharaj, to Nitarila Pravishtam Vishnupada Ashtotara Sata Srimad Bhakti Sadhaka Muni Goswami Maharaj, to all Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavatas Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. So today is also a very auspicious day. Today is the appearance day of Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, who is one of the foremost disciples of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and he is also a pure devotee, Mahabhagavata Vaishnava, who has come in this world to bestow his causeless mercy upon all these fallen jivas. Little bit I try to speak something about him, then we will continue this reading. So, Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj's personality was very bold, very strong character, and he used to, when speaking Harikatha, become so ferocious, like Lord Nrsimhadev, and ripping our anarthas, apart. And he had a particular habit that he would pick someone in front of him in the audience and keep looking to that person's eyes from the beginning to the end of the lecture. Like he wouldn't look anyone else, anywhere else. Picking someone and he, after some time, he was also carrying a cane, walking stick with him. And he used to take that and beat if the person would, like deviate from his eyes or a little bit move or do like this, become like distracted, he used to beat that. Because of light there. So, and when he came to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, there was a particular, loving quarrel between them that he himself describes. is that Srila Swami Prabhupada was asking him if he knows about Mahaprabhu, if he knows about many things, because he was learned. He was already knowing all Gauriya Siddhanta, because he already studied Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was already devotee from birth, and his family is from Orissa, so they were very much acquainted with all the Gauriya tradition. He was not just formally initiated in any Gauriya, but he was totally Mahaprabhu devotee. And at some point, he told to Srila Swami Prabhupada that Mahaprabhu is God himself. And Srila Prabhupada said, no, Mahaprabhu is not God. And he said, no, yes, Mahaprabhu is God. There is proof. I have read Chaitanya Charitamrita, all this. And Srila Swami Prabhupada said, no, he is not God. And he was angry with Srila Prabhupada. Why are you speaking this? Mahaprabhu is not God. And Srila Prabhupada laughed. And then he explained, actually he is God in the, ultimate sense. He's Krishna himself. But he himself never wanted to be called as God or to be seen as God. Otherwise his lila would, be disturbed. Because he came in the bhav of a devotee. Apani karimo bhakta bhavangi kare, apani shikamo bhakti, apani karimo bhavangi kare, apani chari bhakti shikamo sabare. So Mahaprabhu, he comes in the bhav of a devotee, not in the bhav of Krishna. So he wants to actually relate to everyone, not as God, but as servant of God. So then Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj understood. And then very soon after, Srila Prabhupada quickly initiated him. And few days later even he took sannyas. And that has caused a little bit of jealousness among the senior, God brothers. And they told to Srila Prabhupada, oh, why this person, he came yesterday and he's taking sannyas? How is it possible? And then Srila Swami Prabhupada told, you came yesterday. He's more than qualified. If compare you with him, you came yesterday. He is whole life devotee. So he was given sannyas after that. But his life was not easy there in the society. Many types of obstacles they put for his preaching, many things. And even he came to my Gurudev once in Jagannath Puri for darshan. And he was asking many questions to my Gurudev, this, about Tattva Siddhanta, many things. And he was telling Gurudev that he is suffering because they are banning his preaching, they are not allowing him to go here and there, they are like suffocating him one side of the globe. And Gurudeva said, but to me they can never do this. I would jump like a lion and I would preach very strong everywhere. You should do the same. He told Gurudeva. Gurudeva told him. Yes. So then there is also a very particular exchange between them in this conversation. It was like actually their only meeting they had. Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj came very, humble mood to see Gurudev and to learn. And then Gurudev, he knew that Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj had published one magazine in which he describes a very beautiful pastime of Radha and Krishna. That is one of the reasons of the Rath Yatra and the form of Jagannath, of Krishna. Very confidential meaning. Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj, he describes there, and then Gurudev told him, I've read your magazine, and I can tell you that this pastime is only in the heart of the pure devotees. It's not written anywhere. And my Gurudev, he always spoke this pastime, so he knew very well. This is also in his book, The Origin of Rath Yatra. And that pastime is like that when Krishna, he was in Dwarka, and he was also feeling separation from the Brajavasis. He was also suffering every day. And in Vrindavan, Radharani and the gopis, all Brajavasis, they were suffering so much. But Krishna was also suffering. So one day the news came to Krishna that Radharani, she was on the edge of death. She's about to leave her body. She cannot tolerate more. So Krishna, he decided to quickly go to Vrindavan to meet Radharani. So when he comes, when he arrives, then Lalita tells on the ears of Radharani, "Oh, your Sham is here. Your Sham is here." And then when she comes and then she sees Krishna, Krishna is so moved by that love that he melts. And after seeing him melting also, then Baladeva also melting, Subhadra also melting. So this is also one of the stories that why Jagannath has this such form, like this melted form. So in this way, Srila Gauravinda Maharaj was very Rasik devotee, very much Rasik devotee, and even he predicted actually my Gurudev's world preaching, because he left this world in 96, Srila Gauravinda Maharaj. Little before that, his disciples approached him and asked, "Gurudev, how we will, take our, lives after your departure? Who can guide us? Where we can go? To whom we can seek shelter?" Then he said, "Never to worry, nothing to worry. From 96 onwards, a world Acharya will be manifested, and you can take shelter of him." Not mention Gurudev's name. So later, my Gurudev started preaching in 96. So when that happened, gradually the disciples of Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj, they begin to realize that this is what he meant to say about Gurudev's world preaching like that. Also one time, his disciples asked him, "Why don't you preach more in Mathura and Vrindavan? Why don't we make a temple there?" And he said, "There is no need. Already the Rasacharya is preaching there. He is doing very well. There is nothing that we should do there." Means Rasacharya referring to my Gurudev. So it was like that. And also I remember one time when he was in Mayapur, just prior to his disappearance, he became for 2 months completely absorbed in internal consciousness, that he practically lost connection with the external world. And there was one devotee that's supposed to be with him full time, because he was not able to, actually relate to this world properly. And there was an incident that even he fell from the balcony of the 2nd floor in ecstasy, and nothing happened to him. So, like that, he was very much, what to say, very much exalted Vaishnava. So if you listen to his lectures, if you listen to his Katha, you'll be amazed, and he will do like a surgery, operation in your heart, with his very sharp words. It's like a must follow thing. If you have never heard his Katha, you must listen. Online, everything is recorded there. His books are also very, very beautiful, very deep also. He's very much attached to Radharani, always glorifying Radharani also, like that. And there was one particular instance that he was ordered by Srila Prabhupada to open a temple in Bhubaneswar. So he had a particular land there. So he built one small hut for him. And then Srila Prabhupada was coming after some time with a group of devotees to start the preaching there. So he built one hut for him and one hut for Srila Prabhupada. And the devotees, they booked actually a hotel nearby so they could stay. And they also booked for Srila Prabhupada a hotel. That was their idea. But in Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj's mind, he said, no, I am in this kutir, I will make one for my Gurudev. If he wants, he can stay. No problem. Simple, very simple thing, in the middle of the jungle. And Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj was there for a couple of years. Him and one servant doing bhajan there in the middle of jungle and preaching that area. Nowadays, if you go to that temple in Bhubaneswar, it's a very developed area. There is a highway, it's like a big thing. So he oversaw that in future, that would be a very, movemented area. So then when Srila Prabhupada arrived with all his disciples, he saw the land and everything. So then they told him, okay, Prabhupada, now we go to the hotel and tomorrow we will come. And then Srila Prabhupada said, no, I will stay here. If you want, you go to hotel, but I will stay here. And he stayed in the middle of the jungle in a very simple hut without bathroom, without anything. He stayed there with Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj. And it is told that during those times, Prabhupada gave him the Siddha Pranali, means the spiritual realization. Gave him the spiritual realization. So, this is what we hear from the Vaishnava's mouth, Lotus mouth. So today we are seeking for the blessings of Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj, praying for his causeless mercy. So let us continue with the reading of Sri Sanatana Shiksha, the instructions of Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami. So yesterday we were reading the verse in which Shukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Kalir dosa nidirajam asti eko mahanguna. Kirtanad eva Krishna se mukta sangha param braj. He's saying, oh my dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. It is that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. So Kali Yuga is full of faults, many problems we have in Kali Yuga. There is no shortage of problems, all types of problems. But there is only one good thing, that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you can very quick achieve perfection and liberation. Very quick. The path of Jnana, Yoga, Karma Yoga, it is very hard and does not give you the highest destination. But Bhakti Yoga is, on the contrary, very simple, but gives you the highest destination. So this is called causeless mercy. Mahaprabhu is causeless merciful. He is munificent. It means he is audharya. His attribute of audharya means munificence, means extreme mercy. Just today, Dinabandhu Maharaj, he sing this bhajan. Parama Karuna, Pahu Dui Jana, Tai Gorachan, Tabaya Vatara, Sara Shiromani, Kevala Ananda Kanda. He's saying Parama Karuna. What is the meaning of Parama Karuna? What is the meaning of being the supremely merciful? What does it mean? It means that you are giving what is the highest to the lowest one. That's why in Gaudiya Math, Mahaprabhu is one hand up and one down. He's bringing what is highest to the lowest, like ourselves. without qualification, without even desire to have, this is giving. Mahaprabhu is saying, please come. I am distributing this Krishna Prem freely, easily. Just bring your patra, means bring your recipient to receive that. And say, oh Mahaprabhu, I even don't have any recipient, and how can I get? Okay, no problem, you come, I'll give you the patra and give you the everything. Like that. So just chant Hare Krishna. Just chant Mahamantra. This is the dharma of this age. All Shastras are confirming that. So next is, whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, and in Dwapara Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can also be obtained in Kali Yuga, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this verse from Bhagavatam describes the dharma of every age. Every age has a dharma, specific dharma. What does it mean? It means the easiest process to achieve perfection, according to that age. Satya Yuga, the first age, the process is dhyana, meditation. Then next age is Treta Yuga. The process is the fire sacrifice. Third, Dwapara Yuga. The process is the deity worship. But finally, Kali Yuga. Nothing of this will work. Only chanting Krishna's name will work. Only. Because Kali Yuga, everyone is very much impure. Everybody is full of faults. Everyone cannot meditate. To perform yagas, it's something very complicated. Very few people are able to do it nowadays. Or even the deity worship, how many people can worship deity properly every day? So that cannot be anymore the dharma. We can do it, there is no issue, we are still doing it. But as the main practice, that is chanting. For that, everyone is eligible. There is no rules for chanting. You can chant in the morning, the evening, at night. You can chant sitting, lying down, sleep, walking, riding on a bus, walking on the streets. You can chant. There is no rules. Pure or impure, woman or man, pure or impure, they can chant. There is no issue. Even inside of the bathroom, you can chant. There is no rules regarding that. That particular pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gopal Guru. One boy named Gopal, he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going for passing toilet. And Mahaprabhu, he was holding his tongue like this, with his hand. And this young boy, small boy, he asked, oh, Mahaprabhu, why are you holding your tongue when you go to toilet? He said, because toilet is a very impure place. But I cannot stop chanting. My tongue is always chanting Hare Krishna. So I should not do this when I am there. And Gopal told, oh, but what about those who are, for example, on the edge of death, in hospitals or in other places, they are passing, they are, feeling so many problems, they cannot chant, because at the time of death you should chant. Then Mahaprabhu, he thought, said, yes, this boy is actually like Guru. He's speaking well. So from this time, Mahaprabhu did not hold his tongue anymore, and he was chanting every day, means in any place. So this is the evidence for us. So in this way, if you want to feel the power of bhakti, if you want to feel the power of God's mercy, you just chant His name. Otherwise, there is no other way. But we see that many people, they are not chanting. They pretend to chant. But then they feel that, oh, I'm not progressing. Years are passing by, I'm not progressing. Not progressing because you're not chanting properly. If you chant regularly a good number of rounds, I'm not saying how many, but a good number of rounds every day, according to your Guru's instructions, then you must progress. There is no doubts. No So next verse. Whatever is achieved by meditation in Satya Yuga, by the performance of Yagi in Treta Yuga, or by the worship of Krishna's lotus feet in Dwapara Yuga, is also obtained in the age of Kali, simply by chanting the glories of Lord Keshava. This is a very similar verse to the previous one, but it's not the same. It's very similar only. But Mahaprabhu is also quoting. So those who are advanced and highly qualified and are interested in the essence of life know the good qualities of Kali Yuga. Such people worship the age of Kali because in this age one can advance in spiritual knowledge and attain life's goal simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So many people, they want to live in Satya Yuga. They think Satya Yuga is the best time. Best time. No pollution, no technology, no confusion. Environment is very sattvic. Atmosphere is pure, very sattvic. So, I bet you cannot live in Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga is a very troublesome time also. The biggest demons, they came in Satya Yuga, don't forget it. Could you live during the time of Hiranyakashipu? Could you live during the time of Hiranyaksha? And all these big demons, they came in Satya Yuga. Very difficult time. Brahmanas, they were threatened by these demons every time. And also, very tough. Spiritual practice is very tough. Minimum 60,000 years doing meditation to get some good results. Minimum. Because of course, lifespan at that time is 100,000 years average. But in this Kali Yuga, this is called Dhanya Kali. This is the blessed Kali Yuga. Very special. Many demigods, many sages, rishis, maharishis, munis, they are begging to take birth in this very Dhanya Kali. Every Kali Yuga is same dharma, every Kali Yuga. But this Kali Yuga particularly because Mahaprabhu came, this is called Dhanya Kali. This is the blessed Kali Yuga. In other Kali Yugas, Mahaprabhu is not coming, he comes once in a day of Brahma. But the dharma remains the same. And when Mahaprabhu doesn't come, then Advaita Acharya comes to establish that dharma. So Advaita Acharya always comes, but Mahaprabhu not always comes. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu combined with Sadashiva. So, therefore in this age, we find so many problems outside and inside also. You know why? Because now the demons are inside of us in Kali Yuga. Actually, we are the demons of Kali Yuga. Okay? And there is no more like separation. Like, okay, he's looking like a demon. He has big teeth, like ferocious face. No. Nowadays, everyone can be like a demon because of the qualities inside. So, but if you take up this Krishna consciousness movement, if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, very easy, your tendency, your asuric tendency, demonic tendency will be vanished and you become completely pure and useful in Krishna Seva. Don't have doubts about it. The power of Mahamantra is like a Chintamani. He can change your life completely like this. You just take shelter of Nam. Take shelter of Nam. Every day, sit and chant properly, regularly. Then only then you can experience a lot of benefits. It's just like doctor has told you to take some medicine to cure your disease, and you keep the medicine on the shelf. And after some time, doctor is asking, "How is your progress? Is your disease gone?" You say, "No, not yet gone." You say, "Why not? So much time has passed. You should have been cured. Are you taking your medicine properly?" He said, Yes. How? Oh, it is there on the shelf. Every day I'm looking to it, and I'm connecting myself with that, This is how people relate to spiritual life. Bhagavad Gita is there on the shelf. Never read. Bhagavatam is there also. Japamala is also there in altar. I am worshipping every day. I am connecting. This type of connection is nothing. There is no result in that. You have to come, take your Japamala, chant, take the book, read it, take in the medicines. Otherwise, cannot progress. Many people think, just by mind, I am connecting to God and that everything is fine. No, no, no. God never told you to do this. What is Krishna's order? Krishna's order is not for you just to acknowledge that He is there. Ultimately, you are saying, I am acknowledging He is there, I am here. I take my life and He bless me. Ultimately, this is the deal, right? But in fact, Krishna told, you must chant my names, you must study the scriptures, you must go to temple, you must do sadhu sangha, you must serve the Vaishnavas. This is Krishna's order. So if you are a servant of God, you follow His orders. Like that. So then the verse is saying, those who are advanced and highly qualified, they will be interested in the good qualities of Kali Yuga. Such people worship Kali Yuga. You say, this is the best time to take birth. And how fortunate we are. We took birth in this time. Just 500 years before Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu came yesterday. 500 years for one day of Brahma. How much is this? This is like yesterday. Or 5 minutes before. It's very, very close. We came to Mahaprabhu. So this mercy is so much powerful. Still, this current flow is coming very strong. Very, very strong. So, as stated before, when I described the incarnations of the material modes, Gunavataras, one should consider that these incarnations are also unlimited and that no one can count them. Thus I have given a description of the incarnations of the 4 different yugas. After hearing all this, Sanatana Goswami gave an indirect hint to the Lord. Sanatana Goswami had been a minister under Nawab Hussain Shah, and he was undoubtedly as intelligent as Brihaspati, the chief priest of the heavenly kingdom. Due to the Lord's unlimited mercy, Sanatana Goswami questioned him without hesitation. So Sanatana Goswami now is asking Mahaprabhu. He said, I am very insignificant living entity. I am low and poorly behaved. How can I understand who is the incarnation of this age of Kali? So Sanatana Goswami is very clever. Mahaprabhu only told that the incarnation of this age comes in a yellow color, right? But he did not give a name. He did not give name. Now Sanatana Goswami is very clever and said, but who is the incarnation of this very age? The Mahaprabhu replied, as in other ages, an incarnation is accepted according to the directions of the Shastras. In this age of Kali, an incarnation of God should be accepted also in that way. The Vedic literatures composed by the omniscient Mahamuni Vyasadeva are evidence of all spiritual existence. Only through these revealed scriptures can all conditioned souls attain knowledge. An actual incarnation of God never says, I am God, or I am an incarnation of God. The great sage Vyasadeva, knowing all, has already recorded the characteristics of the avatars in the Shastra. So very interesting to note. Mahaprabhu Krishna himself is saying, the original avatar, you never say, I am an avatar. Right? But if you go to India, in every corner of every city, there is an avatar claiming to be an avatar. Right? And he will preach to the whole world, I am an avatar, I am an avatar. This is how we separate original to duplicate. Right? This is how. You see, Vedas have given all the directions for us to follow the Vedas itself. It's not that everyone can claim to be God, or claim to be an avatar, or claim to be, like a enlightened person. It's very easy to say, but proving from the scriptures is not possible. Because the scriptures will never support such type of things. So many avatars, so many Bhagavans are there. They are filling up all the libraries with their books and all their nonsense. Recently, nowadays there is one in America now. Big white beard, very chubby guy. He speaks all time. He is speaking now that Kalki will come in 2032. You heard that perhaps? No. He's saying Kalki is the last avatar. Kalki. He's coming in 2032. Means a few years after. Scriptures never said that Kalki will come in 2032. The scripture says that Kalki, he comes towards the end of every Kali Yuga to kill the demons, the asuras, and make the transition to Satya Yuga. We are just in the very beginning of Kali Yuga. We are just 5,000 years past from Kali Yuga, from beginning of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga starts when Krishna leaves this world, lasts for 432,000 years. This is the time of this Kali Yuga. So only 5,000 years have passed. So how Kalki can come so fast? Second reason is there. According to understanding of scriptures, in this very Kali Yuga that Mahaprabhu comes, Kalki does not come. Kalki he will not come. Why? Because Mahaprabhu, he is avatari himself, is Krishna himself. So Kalki has come already inside of him, and there is no need for killing asuras in this age, because Mahaprabhu gave mercy to turn everyone into devotees at the end. The proof of that is Jagai and Madai. Mahaprabhu did not kill Jagai and Madai. They were big demons. They are like incarnations of Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, and all the other brother demons. Mahaprabhu made them devotees, to become devotees. So in this particular Kali Yuga, Kalki will not come. So this man, he does not know what he is talking about. And he mixes so many types of nonsense. He says that everyone is Shiva inside, and all this type of nonsense things that these people like to say. They mix many things. They do a type of juggling, throwing things up, making people confused, not knowing actually what to think, how to judge even. They even don't speak from Shastra itself. They speak from their own minds. Hardly these people, they read even maybe once Bhagavad Gita or anything like that. They don't know. And they are proud about it. Very famous ones, like Sadhguru, Osho, and so many, they are proud of never reading Gita and other Shastras. They say there is no need for that. Everything is already inside. This is completely wrong philosophy. Vedas never will support this thing, that everything is inside. No need for Guru, no need for Vedas, no need for sadhana. What is this nonsense? If everything would be inside already in a perfect way, then why you are incarnating again and again? Why you are suffering again and again? So Patanjali, Patanjali Maharishi, Patanjali, he writes in his sutras that Ishwar is such a person that can never be touched by illusion, by suffering, by karma. So when we claim that we are Ishwar, we are God, ultimately you are saying that you were never touched by illusion, suffering, karmas and everything. But what is the reality? Is that each and every one of us and all these people who claim to be God, They already suffered one day. They were into karma. They even had no idea what to do. They were also one day were hopeless about life. So how can you be Ishwara? Ishwara can never be touched for 1 second of all these things. There is no doubt in Ishwara's mind. Ishwara is omniscient. So in this way, we have to be careful from whom we hear and who we are following. Don't think that everything is the same. All Hindus are speaking the same just because the guy looks like, with big beard, this dress, these things are all external things. It's not very important for us. More important is following the Vedas or not, following the scriptures or not, proper parampara is there or not. This is more important. So Mahaprabhu is telling Sanatana Goswami, the real avatar will never say, I am an avatar. You just come, do his job, and pass, and then leave. Nothing to. So, of course, Sanatana Goswami was expecting Mahaprabhu to confirm that he is that avatar. But Mahaprabhu is not going to say that. So he has to understand by himself. Something now came into my mind is that there are even the 32 symptoms of an avatar. This is described in Shastra. 32 symptoms of an avatar. Means his bodily features, his personality, everything is there, listed. So that particular person has to fit in all those 32 descriptions of an avatar. Otherwise, not possible. Not possible. Yes. So now Sanatana Goswami is asking, how can I understand who is incarnation? Mahaprabhu is saying, as in other ages, an incarnation is accepted according to the directions of Shastra. So in the same way like this. The Vedic literatures composed by the omniscient Mahamuni Vedavyas are evidence. I read that. An actual... So the Lord does not have a material body, yet He descends among human beings in His transcendental body as an incarnation. Therefore, it is very difficult for us to understand who is an incarnation. Only by His extraordinary prowess and uncommon activities, which are impossible for embodied living entities, can one partially understand the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So until unless God will bless you, you cannot see Him, you cannot understand who He is. You cannot. Only by His blessings, only by His mercy and acceptance, you can see Him. By your endeavor. Therefore, our approach is approach of prayer. Oh Lord, please reveal yourself to me. Our approach is not that, wait, I'm coming, I'm doing my tapasya here, I'm doing my sadhana, I'm coming, I'm going to conquer you. Not like that. Our approach is, Baba, it's too much for me. I can't understand. I can't, deal with all this. So please reveal, please give me your mercy. Every day we should pray. And when we are chanting our japa, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this should be our mood. The mood of calling for God's mercy. Say, oh Krishna, oh Radhe, please bestow your causeless mercy upon me. Please give me a darshan. If you not allow me to see you, then how can I dare to be able to see you? So this should be our mood. So by two symptoms, personal characteristics and marginal characteristics, the great sages can understand an object. Bodily features, nature and form are the personal characteristics. Knowledge of his activities provides the marginal characteristics. In the auspicious evocation at the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vyasadeva has described the Supreme Personality of Godhead by these symptoms. So first verse of Bhagavatam, Jamadya Sanjato Vaya. The verse says, "O my Lord," Shri Krishna means Brahmaji is addressing. Sorry, not Brahmaji. Shukadeva Goswami. Vyasdev. O my Lord, Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge into the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire, or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of material nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. This is the first verse of Bhagavatam. So much information, huh? So many things, big verse. We can speak about this for many hours. Then Mahaprabhu is saying, in this invocation from Srimad Bhagavatam, the word Param indicates Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the word Satyam indicates his personal characteristics. In that same verse, it is stated that the Lord is the creator, maintainer, and annihilator of the cosmic manifestation, and that he enabled Lord Brahma to create the universe by infusing him with the knowledge of the Vedas. It is also stated that the Lord has full knowledge, directly and indirectly, that he knows past, present, and future, and that his personal energy is separate from Maya, the illusory energy. So Krishna, he can bewilder even the demigods. Krishna can bewilder anyone he wants. Anyone. What to speak of us? What to speak of us? Even Indra was bewildered. Brahmaji was bewildered. Huh? What to speak of us? As I told, many so-called self-called avatars, Bhagavans, they are completely under illusion of Maya. At the time of their appearance, the incarnations of the Lord are known in the world because people can consult the Shastras to understand an incarnation's chief characteristics, known as Swarupa and Tatashta. Swarupa means intrinsic characteristics, and Tatashta means the external. In this way, the incarnations become known to great saintly persons. So there is no doubt. All the avatars are listed in the Vedas. When they will come, what they will do, what is their mission, where they will take birth, their parents' name, everything is given. Their mission, their bodily features, from where they're coming, everything is there listed already, described in the Vedas. There is nothing for us to guess about. There is nothing new that someone can bring and say, oh, I'm bringing a new avatar for you here. Not possible. Not possible. Therefore, we do not accept any cheating gurus. We accept only those bona fide gurus who are in line with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are in line with Krishna, that never claim themselves to be God or to be avatars, anything like that. But only the servant of God. This is our identity, servants of God. So now Sanatana Goswami said, the color of the personality in whom the characteristics of the Lord are found is yellowish. His activities include the distribution of love of Godhead and the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. The incarnation of Krishna for this age is indicated by these symptoms. Please confirm this definitely so that all my doubts will go away. And Mahaprabhu replied, O Sanatan, you must give up your intelligent tricks. Now just try to understand the description of the Shakti Avesha avatars. Mahaprabhu he dismissed. He don't want to come to the point that Sanatana wants to bring him, is that to, conclude that he is the incarnation of this. Mahaprabhu is always keeping this. Now he wants to change the subject and explain the Shakti Avesha avatars. Who are the Shakti Avesha avatars? There are 5 types of avatars. We already described a few of them. Is Lila avatars, Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Manvantara avatars, and Shakti Avesha avatars. These are the 5 types. Now last is remaining. This is the Shakti Avesha. There are unlimited Shakti Avesha avatars of Lord Krishna. Let me describe the chief among them. Empowered incarnations are of 2 types, primary and secondary. The primary ones are directly empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are called incarnations or avatars. The secondary ones are indirectly empowered by the Supreme Personality and they are called Vibhuti. Some Shakti Avesha avatars are the 4 Kumaras, Narada Muni, Mahraj Prithu, and Parashuram. When a living being is empowered to act as Lord Brahma, he is also considered a Shakti Avesha avatar. So in other words, Shakti Avesh, the one who is imbued with the potency of God to perform a task. He is not coming directly from the expansion of the Supreme Lord, but he is a separate living entity who has got a little power of God inside of him to perform that activity. Okay, so these are the Shakti Aveshas. The other ones, they are directly somehow an expansion of God. But these no, Shakti Aveshas no. They are independent living entities who receive from outside the Shakti of God. So they become Shakti Avesh. Avesh means imbued with, mixed like that, this type. Lord Shesha in the spiritual world of Vaikuntha and in the material world, Lord Ananta, who carries innumerable planets on his hoods, are 2 primary empowered incarnations. There is no need to count the others, for they are unlimited. The power of knowledge was invested in the 4 Kumaras. The power of devotional service was invested in Narada. The power of creation was invested in Lord Brahma. And the power of carrying innumerable planets was invested in Lord Ananta. Lord Ananta means the 1,000 hoods cobra. He is also Shakti Avesha avatar. The Supreme Personality of God had invested the power of personal service into Lord Shesh, and he invested the power to rule the earth in King Prithu. Lord Parashuram received the power to kill rogues and miscreants. Whenever the Lord is present in someone by portions of his various potencies, the living entity representing the Lord is called a Shakti Avesha avatar. That is, an incarnation invested with a special power. As explained in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has spread himself all over the universe in many personalities through specific powers known as Vibhuti. Like our gurus, they say, for example, Jesus Christ, he was also one Shakti Avesha avatar. He was empowered by God's potency to fulfill some particular, task or mission, like that. But he was not God himself. Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Thus I have explained specifically empowered incarnations. Now please hear about the characteristics of Lord Krishna's childhood, boyhood, and youth. Because actually, the conversation between them, started actually describing about Krishna. And we started this point just after Janmashtami. And it was very interesting to read that Mahaprabhu is saying that even Vasudeva Krishna, means the Krishna from Mathura, is called Vasudeva Krishna. Even that Vasudeva Krishna is attracted to the Krishna of Vrindavan. Even that Vasudeva actually he wants to serve Krishna in Vrindavan with the mood of Gopi. What to speak of other divinities? Even Krishna himself is attracted for himself or by himself. So then Mahaprabhu, he took a little bit aside of the conversation and he began to describe the avatars. But again, he's coming back to Krishna's description and his different pastimes. As the son of Maharajananda, Lord Krishna is by nature the paragon of Kishore or youth. He chooses to exhibit his pastimes at that age. Before his personal appearance, the Lord causes some of his devotees to appear as his mother, father, and intimate associates. He then appears later as if he were taking birth and growing from a baby to a child and gradually into a youth. So this is how Bhagavan displays his unlimited power and leelas. He himself can become a human being if he wants. He can grow from baby to boy. There is no issue in that. He is free. He is almighty. He can do whatever he wants. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is eternally enjoying himself, and he is a shelter of all kinds of devotional service. Although his ages are various, his age known as Kishore, means the pre-youth, is the best of all. Means the teenage form of Krishna is the best of all. And this is where he stops. Krishna is known as eternal youthful, like 16 years old. This is his eternal age. This is how he looks like. Of course, his 16 looking is not like the nowadays 16 people looking. He looks much more mature, much more beautiful, but this is his eternal age. Here, when he comes in this world, in this material world, he grows from boy to even old. He goes to 125 years. He matures. But in the spiritual world, Krishna has always the same age. When Lord Krishna appears, from moment to moment, he exhibits his different pastimes, beginning with the killing of Putana. All these pastimes are eternally being demonstrated one after another. It's interesting one thing, that how Krishna becomes attracted to himself. He's so attractive because the word Krishna itself means the all attractive. The syllable Krish comes from akarshan, which means to attract. That even he becomes attracted to himself. One day, Krishna, he was stealing butter from his mother's kitchen, means his storeroom, mother's storeroom. And you know, Nanda Bhavan is very beautiful. It's made out of the best stones, the best, gems and rocks, everything. So the pillars like this, they are so, translucid, they are so polished that they become like a mirror. So one day when Krishna approached the butter pot, it was in front of one pillar. So as he was scrolling and going there, as he climbed it, he looked to his own reflection and he became scared. And he said, "Who are you? Are you also coming to steal butter?" He's talking to his own reflection. He said, "Look, if you don't say anything to mother, I also not say anything, and we can share this butter." And then, after some time, Mother Yashoda is approaching from behind. And then, when Krishna noticed that she's coming, she quickly turns towards Mother and says, "Mother, he is the thief, he is the thief. Catch him, we should catch him." And another time when he was actually in Dwarka, he was a little older, and he also crossed and he saw his reflection also in the pillar, and he was very much attracted. He said, "Oh, who is this so beautiful personality like that?" So this is how Krishna is dealing with his own image. So Lord Krishna exhibits his pastimes of childhood, boyhood, and pre-youth. When he reaches pre-youth, he continues to exist eternally to perform his rasa dance and other pastimes. Descriptions of Krishna's eternal pastimes are in all the revealed scriptures, but one cannot understand how they are continuing eternally. Let me give you an example by which people may understand Lord Krishna's eternal pastimes. An example can be found in a zodiac. The sun moves across the zodiac day and night and crosses the oceans between the 7 islands, one after the other. According to the Vedic astronomical calculations, the rotation of the sun consists of 60 dandas and is divided into 3,600 palas. It's like a measure of time. Dandas, palas, how the time is being measured. Different for Vedic mathematics. The day and night are divided into 8 praharas, 4 belonging to the day and 4 belonging to the night. After 8 praharas, the sun rises again. Just as there is an orbit of the sun, there is an orbit of Krishna's pastimes, which are manifested one after the other during the lifetime of 14 Manus. His orbit expands through all the universes, and gradually it returns. Thus Krishna moves with his pastimes through all the universes, one after another. So Krishna, he manifests his pastimes just like the sun is crossing the sky. One after the other, in sequence, he is manifesting in this universe. The next, when he finishes here, he goes to the other universe, like that. Continuously he is manifesting his pastimes in one material universe. Krishna remains within a universe for 125 years, and he enjoys his pastimes both in Vrindavan and Dwaraka. The cycle of his pastimes turns like a wheel of fire. Thus Krishna exhibits his pastimes one after the other in every universe. Krishna's pastimes, appearance, childhood, boyhood, and youth are all manifested, beginning with the killing of Putana and extending to the end of the Moshala Lila, the annihilation of the Yadu dynasty. Of all these pastimes are rotating in every universe. So Krishna, he is like, when he finishes his pastime, he also destroys most of the things. Especially if this is for any that anyone can take for his own enjoyment, like Dwarka. Dwarka was a very opulent place. So Krishna, he destroyed everything. He submerged everything. Vrindavan, he kept. Because Vrindavan is such a place that people are not interested. No one is going there for using that for enjoyment. But nevertheless, slowly, Vrindavan was also covered by the time. And again, 500 years ago, Mahaprabhu had to again rediscover that, and make things happen. Now Vrindavan is fully manifested again, fully. All pastime places are manifested, being well taken care. Everything is completely now manifested. But it may be in future again becomes unmanifested. It's possible. So take advantage now. If you have never been to Vrindavan, try to make plans for that, because this is the best place to go, no doubt. Since all Krishna's pastimes are taking place continuously, at every moment some pastime is existing in one universe or another. Consequently, these pastimes are called eternal by the Vedas and Puranas. The spiritual abode known as Golok, which is a pasturing land for Surabhi cows, is as powerful and opulent as Krishna. By the will of Krishna, the original Golok and Gokula are manifested within him in all the universes. So what is the difference between Golok and Gokula? Anyone knows that? Some idea? Golok and Gokula. Golok is the transcendental world. Is where Krishna resides eternally. Gokula is a manifestation of that Goloka in earth, in this planet. This is called Gokula. This is where he takes birth. Because there he is not taking birth. There is eternal youth, Kishore. Like that. So when we say Gokul pastimes, means the earthly planet pastimes. When we say Goloka pastimes, then this means the transcendental world. The pastimes are not the same. I think yesterday I was saying to someone that many people criticize this material world, say this material world is very bad, this. No, for Krishna this material world is very needed. Krishna, he creates this material world, so first of all, Krishna never does anything meaninglessly, without reason. So if he creates this material world, it has a reason, good reason. So from this point already, this material world is nice, it is useful, because it's a creation of Krishna, first of all. And secondly, he needs this material world to perform pastimes that he cannot do there. For example, taking birth. So this material world is a very special place. It's a place where Krishna manifests wonderful pastimes. So he needs it. And for us also, it is a place that we are performing our sadhana. And there is also a second reason. Krishna is known as the supremely merciful. I described this a few minutes back. So, how he could be the supremely merciful if there would be no fallen jivas? If there would be no jivas in ignorance, suffering like us? So, try to understand one very important point. Just by being here in this material world, as a Bada Jiva, as a conditioned soul, you are serving Krishna already. Because Krishna is going to become your savior. Krishna is known as Patit Pavana, the savior of the fallens. If there is no fallens, then how his mercy comes to a complete aspect? Not possible. So you are already serving Krishna somehow. And this is how we become Krishna conscious, in the sense that we understand that Krishna is behind everything. And we are always serving. We are eternal servants of Krishna. Eternal means what? From now, always, not in the future, from future onwards. No, from now already. So don't curse this material world as a bad thing. No, no, no. It can be used for bad things, but in itself, it is a very good thing. And Krishna needs it. The pastimes of separation, it only happens here. Krishna only leaves Vrindavan and goes to Dwaraka here. There, he exists separately. One Krishna for Goloka Vrindavan, one Krishna in Mathura, one Krishna in Dwaraka, three Krishnas separate. There is no separation. He's always in Vrindavan. But when he comes in this material world, he leaves Braj, he goes to Mathura, then he goes to Dwaraka later. Of course, there is so much more, information about this, not that much simple. So, but this leelas of separation, for Krishna this is very important. Why? Because this is how he will make the love of the gopis go to the highest point. See how Krishna is clever. Try to follow my line of thought. How Krishna is clever. Krishna, he wants to taste the love of Radharani. He wants to understand what type of love Radharani feels for him. Because he realizes that Radha, she's actually enjoying much more that meeting than he himself is actually enjoying. But he's supposed to be the Rasikshaka. He's supposed to be the relisher of rasas, like the king, Rasaraja. The king of rasa. He's supposed to be, this is his title. But when he sees Radharani's love for him, he becomes puzzled. How is it possible? She's enjoying much more than me. Her love is much higher than me. So what I will do? I will not make this, I don't want to take this so cheaply. I will make this love go even higher. And after that, I will take that love and I will try to experience myself. These guys as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Krishna leaves Vrindavan, gopis go into a very deep state of separation. Their love is going higher and higher and higher. When they are at the edge of that, then Krishna comes back. I just described today this pastime from Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj, how Krishna went to last breath of Radharani. So then Krishna, he's like freezing. He's freezing that moment when that love is in the peak. And then he takes that and he incarnates as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be able to relish that. He's very clever. He can only do this in this material world. This material world is Krishna's prasadam. This is what means Krishna consciousness. If you are only cursing and saying this is bad, everything is bad, it means you are not connecting, you are not seeing Krishna everywhere. The goal is to see Krishna everywhere, to see everything related to Krishna. This is the goal. Like that. So this is the difference of Gokula and Goloka. So don't think that Krishna, he is satisfied only there. If he would be, there would be no creation of material universes. He creates these material universes just to continue his pastimes that he cannot finish there. So this is something very important to understand. The eternal pastimes of Krishna are continuously taking place in the original Goloka Vrindavan planet. These are gradually manifested within the material world, in each every Brahmanda. Krishna is complete in the spiritual sky. He is more complete in Mathura and Dwaraka, and he is most complete in Vrindavan, Braja, due to his manifesting all his opulences. This is stated in the dramatic literature as perfect, more perfect, or most perfect. Means Krishna is always perfect, but he can also become more perfect even than what he is. So this is called Purna, Purnatama, Purnatara. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not manifest all his transcendental qualities, he is called complete. When all the qualities are manifested but not fully, he is called more complete. When he manifests all his qualities in fullness, he is called most complete. This is the version of all learned scholars in the devotional science. The most complete qualities of Krishna are manifested within Vrindavan, and his complete and more complete qualities are manifested in Dwaraka and Mathura. Lord Krishna is the most complete Supreme Personality of Godhead in Vrindavan. Elsewhere, all his expansions are either complete or more complete. Complete, more complete, most complete. So Krishna in Vrindavan is most complete. In Vaikuntha he is complete. In Dwaraka he is more complete. Ready, huh? Okay, Maharaj. Chalo. Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bolo Vancha Kalpatarve Sakripa Sindhu Bevacham Patitan Pavanebhu Vaishnavebhu Namo Namaha. Bolo Sachinandana Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Sri Sanatana Goswami Pada Ki Jai, Sri Guru Govinda Maharaj Ki Jai, Sri Gurudev